Liu Bei had already gone twice to invite Zhuge Liang and still had not met him, yet he wished to try again. Guan Yu advised, "You have personally gone 2 times already. This is overly deferential. In my view, Zhuge Liang is reputation without substance. That's why he keeps avoiding you. Elder brother, why be so persistent?" Liu Bei said, "Not so. Duke Huan of Qi once visited the recluse of Dongguo 5 times before he was received. All the more since the one I seek is a true sage." Zhang Fei cut in, "Brother, you've misjudged this. He's just a country scholar. What great sage. This time you shouldn't go. If he won't come, I'll tie him up with a hemp rope and drag him here." Liu Bei checked him. "Have you not heard how King Wen of Zhou paid homage to Jiang Taigong? If King Wen honored the worthy so, how can you be rude?"
"This time you stay. I shall go with Yunchang."
Zhang Fei said, "If both elder brothers go, how could I lag behind?" Liu Bei answered, "You may come, but mind your manners."
The 3 rode to Longzhong.
Half a li from the thatched cottage, Liu Bei dismounted to proceed on foot. By chance they met Zhuge Liang's younger brother, Zhuge Jun. Liu Bei saluted him, "Is your honorable brother at home?" Zhuge Jun said, "He returned only last night. General should be able to see him today," and drifted away.
Zhang Fei grumbled, "So discourteous.
"He could at least have let us in. Why walk off?" Liu Bei said, "He has his affairs. Do not press him." They knocked at the gate. A servant boy opened. Liu Bei said, "Please announce that Liu Bei has come to pay respects." The boy replied, "Although the master is at home today, he is sleeping at noon and has not yet woken." Liu Bei said, "In that case, do not announce yet." He told Guan and Zhong to wait at the door, then stepped softly inside. He saw Zhuge Liang lying on a couch in the thatched hall and stood respectfully at the foot of the steps. After quite a while Zhuge Liang still did not wake. Guan and Zhong, waiting long outside with no movement, came in and saw Liu Bei still keeping his vigil. Zhang Fei flared up and said to Guan Yu, "How arrogant this man is. Seeing my brother standing below, yet he does not stir. I'll go burn his backyard and see if he rises then." Guan Yu restrained him again and again. Liu Bei still ordered them to wait outside. Looking up, he saw Zhuge Liang turn as if to rise, then roll back toward the inner wall. The servant boy wanted to announce. Liu Bei said, "Do not disturb him." He stood another full hour until Kongming finally woke, murmuring a verse. "From a great dream, who wakes first? I myself have always known. In spring I sleep my fill in this thatched hall, while the sun lingers beyond the window." Finished, Kongming asked, "Any visitors?" The boy answered, "Lord Liu, the imperial uncle, is here and has waited long."
Kongming rose.
"Why not announce earlier? Allow me to change." He went to the inner room. After a while he came out neatly robed. Liu Bei beheld a tall man with jade-like features, a gauze cap and a crane-feathered robe, an otherworldly air, and hastened to bow. "I am Liu Bei of Zhuo Commandery, a descendant of the Han House. I have long heard of you, sir. My 2 previous calls failed, but I left my familiar name on your desk. Did you see it?" Kongming replied, "I, Zhuge Liang of Nanyang, am by nature reclusive and indolent. Your repeated visits shame me." They exchanged courtesies and sat. Tea was served. Kongming said, "Yesterday I read your message and know you care for the realm and the people. But I am young with shallow learning and fear I might spoil your great designs." Liu Bei said, "Sima de Chao and Su Yuanji recommended you. Their words are no empty praise.
Please do not despise my low station, enlighten me."
Kongming said, De Chao and Yuan Ji are men of high character.
I am merely a farmer. How dare I speak of the empire? You honor em ill too much. VHY tret fein jade for Rookstone.
Liu Bei said, if a true man possesses the talent to govern the age, how can he waste his youth in the woods?
For the peuple sake, I beg you to guide me.
Kongming smiled. Then may I hear your aspiration? Liu Bei dismissed the attendants and drew closer. The Han house totters, powerful ministers usurp power. Though not up to the task, I wish to uphold righteousness under heaven, yet my capacity is limited and I have achieved nothing. I only hope you will open my eyes and deliver me from straits. Kongming said, since Dong Zhuo threw the realm into chaos, warlords have risen. Cao Cao was not the equal of Yuan Shao, yet defeated him, not by heaven alone, but by human design. Now Cao Cao commands 1,000,000 and holds the emperor to command the lords. A head-on clash is unwise. Sun Quan holds the southeast. His foundation spans 3 generations. The terrain is secure and the people attached to him, ally with him, do not covet his land. Jing province lies north to the Han and Mian rivers, south to the sea, east to Wu, west to Bar and Shu, a place fit for strategy, not for any but a heroic lord. This, heaven has set aside for you, do not let it slip. Yi province is mountainous and secure, 1,000 li of fertile fields, the treasury of the realm. Gaozu relied on it to found his empire. Today Longzhong is weak, the people are rich and the state ample, yet he knows not how to govern. Worthies there await an enlightened ruler. You are of the imperial clan, famed for trust and righteousness, eager for men of talent. If you first step into Jing, then take Yi, rely on the barriers of rivers and mountains, pacify Chong and roam to the west, the tribes of Yi and Yu to the south, outwardly ally with Sun Quan and inwardly cultivate good governance. When the world shifts, send a great general from Jing with troops toward Wan and Luo, and you yourself lead Yi's armies through the Qin passes. Then the common folk will carry rice and soup to welcome you. Thus the great enterprise can succeed and the Han be restored. This is the plan I offer, ponder it well. He then had the boy hang a map on the whole wall. This is the chart of the 54 counties of Sichuan. To build hegemony, let Cao Cao monopolize heaven's timing in the north, Sun Quan hold the southern terrain, and you secure popular support. First take Jing as your foothold, then seize Sichuan as your base, form a 3-legged balance, then move on the central plains. Liu Bei, enlightened, rose to thank him.
Your words part the clouds and reveal the sun.
Yet Liu Biao of Jing and Liu Zhong of Yi are both kinsmen of the Han. How can I bear to take from them? Kongming said, reading the stars, Liu Biao will not live long. Liu Zhong is not one to accomplish great things. In time he will yield to you. Hearing this, Liu Bei bowed deeply. Here, before leaving his thatched cottage, Kongming set forth the design for a realm divided in 3, a plan lauded for the ages. A later poem praises, that day the governor of Yu lamented his loneliness, blessed was he to find the Wulong of Nanyang. If one would know where the tripod's legs would stand, the master pointed and smiled upon the hanging chart. Liu Bei bowed again and again. My reputation is thin, may you, sir, not cast me aside.
Come forth and eat me, and I will heed your instruction.
Kongming said, I have long lived in fields and gardens and dislike office, I can hardly obey. Liu Bei wept, if you will not emerge, what of the common people? His tears drenched his robe. Moved by his sincerity, Kongming answered, since you do not disdain me, I am willing to exert the work of a dog or a horse. Liu Bei rejoiced, called in Guan and Zhang to present gold and silk. Kongming firmly declined. Liu Bei said, not a hiring gift, merely a token of my heart. Only then did Kongming accept. That night Liu Bei lodged there. The next day Zhuge Jun returned. Kongming told his brother, "I owe the imperial uncle for his 3 visits. I cannot remain hidden. Tend the fields well, let them not go to waste. When my work is done, I will return to retire." A later sigh goes, before success he thought first of retreat, after success he remembered his original vow. Because the First Lord's charge came early, the star fell at Wuzhong Plain in autumn wind. There is also an ancient-style poem whose gist is: Gaozu rose with the white snake omen, pacified Qin and conquered Chu to enter Xianyang. 100 years later the house declined. Guangwu revived it in Luoyang, yet by the reigns of Huan and Ling it cracked again. Emperor Xian moved to Suchong, and heroes rose across the realm. Cao Cao grasped the hour, the Sun clan grew mighty in the southeast. Liu Bei, poor and solitary, grieved for the people. Wulong of Nanyang harbored grand designs. Because of a parting word from Su Shu, thrice he visited the cottage and found a kindred mind. At 26 or 7 he left the plough, gathered zither and books, and went forth. First Jing, then Shu, great measures to set the world aright. With thunder on the tongue and the stars in his breast, the dragon's sword and the tiger glared to settle the land, leaving an immortal name. Liu Bei, with Guan and Zhang, took leave of Zhuge Jun and returned to Xinya with Kongming. He treated Kongming as a teacher, sharing table and even couch, discussing affairs of the realm day and night. Kongming said, "Cao Cao is drilling a navy on the Xuanwu Pool in Ji province. He must intend to move south. Send agents quietly to the southeast to learn of Wu." Liu Bei agreed and dispatched men across the river. Ever since Sun Tzu's death, Sun Quan had inherited the base in the southeast, recruiting widely and opening guest halls where Gu Yong and Zhong Hong received men from all quarters. Kanzai of Kuaiji, Yen Jun of Pengcheng, Shuezong of Pei, Cheng Bing of Runan, Zhu Huan and Lu Ji of Wu Commandery, Zhong Wen of Wu, Ling Tong of Kuaiji, and Wu Ken of Wuching, all came to Jiangdong and were lavishly treated. He also gained fierce and capable generals, Lu Meng, Lu Sun, Su Shang, Pan Zhong, Ding Feng, so that civil and military talents flourished and Jiangdong thrived. In the 7th year of Jianan, after defeating Yuan Shao, Cao Cao sent envoys to Jiangdong, ordering Sun Quan to send a son to court as a hostage. Sun Quan hesitated. Lady Wu, the dowager, summoned Zhou Yu and Zhong Zhao to consult. Zhong Zhao said, "This is a device to control the lords. If we refuse, Cao may march south. If we consent, we will be restrained later." Zhou Yu said, "The general commands the people of 6 commanderies, with fine troops and ample grain. Why send a hostage and bind ourselves? Better to refuse, watch events, and act." Lady Wu adopted Zhou Yu's view. Sun Quan thanked the envoy and did not send a son. From then, Cao Cao harbored southern ambitions, but with the north unsettled he had no leisure to campaign downriver. In the 11th month of Jianan 8, Sun Quan campaigned against Huang Zu and fought on the river. Huang Zu's forces were defeated. The Wu officer Ling Chao dashed forward in a light boat, but was felled by an arrow from Huang Zu's officer Gon Ning. Ling Chao's son, Ling Tong, only 15, bravely retrieved his father's body. Seeing the tides against him, Sun Quan withdrew to Wu. At that time Sun Quan's younger brother Sun Yi, prefect of Danyang, was stern and fond of drink, whipping soldiers when drunk. The Danyang inspector Wei Lang and the assistant prefect Dai Yuan bore grudges and conspired with Sun Yi's retainer Bian Hong to murder him. When various commandants and magistrates gathered in Danyang, Sun Yi hosted a banquet. His wife, Lady Su, clever and skilled at divination, cast an ominous lot that day and urged him not to go. He refused. That night, As the guests dispersed, Bien Hong followed him to the gate and cut Sun Yi down. Wei Lang and Dai Yuan blamed Bien Hong, beheaded him, and then plundered Sun Yi's household and concubines. Wei Lang, smitten with Lady Su's beauty, coerced her to marry. Lady Su feigned consent. "My husband has just died, I cannot submit yet. At month's end, after the rites, we shall speak." She secretly summoned Sun Yi's former officers Sun Gao and Fu Ying, wept out the tale, asked them to report to Sun Quan, and together devised a plan. At month's end she first hid Sun Gao and Fu Ying behind the curtain. She completed the morning rites, bathed, dressed, and made up as usual to allay Wei Lang's suspicions. That night she set a feast and, when he was drunk, invited him into a private room. Suddenly she cried, "Where are Generals Sun and Fu?" The two leaped out with blades. Fu Ying struck Wei Lang down with one blow, Sun Gao finished him. They then lured Dai Yuan into the residence, slew him as well, and executed their faction. Lady Su put back on mourning, took the traitors' heads, and offered them before Sun Yi's spirit. Soon Sun Quan arrived with troops at Danyang. Finding the villains already punished, he appointed Sun Gao and Fu Ying as gate captains to guard Danyang and asked Lady Su to return home to care for her family. All Jiangdong praised Lady Su's righteousness. A poem lauds her, "Rare indeed is a woman of both talent and virtue, she crushed treachery in a single night." Base officials sided with traitors while loyal men died. They cannot compare to this heroine of the East. Bandits across Wu were suppressed, and over 7,000 river warships stood ready. Sun Quan appointed Zhou Yu Grand Commander over Army and Navy. In the 10th month of Jianan 12, Lady Wu fell gravely ill and entrusted Sun Quan to Zhou Yu and Zhong Zhao. She recounted her lineage and auspicious dreams, sun and moon entering her bosom, spoke of Sun Tzu's early death, and entrusted Jiangdong's foundation to Sun Quan, urging the two to aid him with one heart. She also charged Sun Quan to honor Zhong Zhao and Zhou Yu as teachers, to treat his aunt kindly, love his sisters, and find them worthy husbands. With that, she passed. Sun Quan mourned but did not announce it widely. The next spring Sun Quan wished to strike Huang Zu. Zhong Zhao said, "It is improper to raise arms within the mourning period." Zhou Yu said, "Blood feud and injustice. Why wait a full year?" Sun Quan had not decided when Lu Meng, commandant of Beiping, reported. Huang Zu's officer Gong Ning, styled Xingba, wished to defect to Wu. Lu Meng detailed the man. Gong Ning of Linjiang in Ba Commandery was literate and daring. In youth he consorted with outlaws roaming the rivers. He wore bronze bells at his belt so that men, hearing the jingle, would give way, and once used brocaded sailcloth, earning the name Brocade Sail Pirate. Regretting his past, he later served Liu Biao, but seeing no promise there, he wanted to go to Wu. Huang Zu, however, detained him at Xiakou. In Wu's previous retreat, much had owed to Gong Ning's effort, yet Huang Zu treated him poorly. Commander Su Fei recommended him repeatedly to no avail, and Gong Ning harbored resentment. Su Fei held a feast to counsel him to find his own way and promised to guarantee him as magistrate of Yi County. Thus Gong Ning extricated himself. He worried, however, that Wu still resented him for killing Ling Chao. Lu Meng pledged that the Lord treasured talent and bore no grudges. Gong Ning then crossed the river with his men to surrender. Sun Quan was delighted, summoned him, dispelled his doubts, and asked for counsel.
Gong Ning analyzed.
The Han mandate is failing. In the end Cao Cao will usurp. The southern Jing region will be contested ground. Liu Biao is short-sighted, his sons are foolish, they cannot hold it. We should move early, else Cao will seize it first. First strike Huang Zu, he is old and greedy, harsh to officials and people, and has lost hearts. discipline is lax and defense neglected, he can be broken. After breaking him, drive west with drums, seize the passes of Chu, and move on Boshu, hegemony will be within reach. Sun Quan approved, appointing Zhou Yu as Grand Commander, Lu Meng as Vanguard, and Dong Shi and Gong Ning as deputies. He personally led 100,000 to attack Huang Zu. Spies raced to Jiangxia. Huang Zu gathered troops, made Su Fei overall commander, Chen Jiu and Deng Long as vanguards, and heavily fortified the mouth of the Mian. 2 lines of great warships took station. On the decks were thousands of strong bows and heavy crossbows, and thick hawsers were chained across the river. When Wu's fleet arrived, drums and arrows thundered, but they could not approach and had to fall back a few li. Gong Ning said to Dong Shi, "At this point we can only charge through." They chose over 100 small boats, each with 50 picked men, 20 to row and 30 armored with sabers. Braving arrows and stones, they drove straight to the great ship's flanks and hacked apart the heavy cables. The chained hulks lost their cross-river moorings at once. Gong Ning vaulted aboard and beheaded Deng Long. Chen Jiu fled his ship. Lu Meng leapt into a skiff, personally took the oars, forced his way into the fleet, and set the vessels ablaze. As Chen Jiu tried to reach shore, Lu Meng pursued through fire and waves and cut him down with a stroke. Su Fei led troops to receive them on shore, but the Wu forces swarmed forward with irresistible momentum.
Wang Zu's army collapsed.
Su Fei fled, only to be captured alive by Pan Zhong, who caged him and sent him to the commander's tent to be executed together with Huang Zu when he was taken. Riding victory, the 3 armies pressed Xiaoko day and night. As the saying goes, fail to employ the brocade sail pirate, and in the end he will cut your river chains. What became of Huang Zu must wait till the next chapter. Summary. This chapter has 2 main threads. First is 3 visits to the thatched cottage. Braving fatigue and the charge of impropriety, Liu Bei waited with utmost humility and finally met Zhuge Liang. Kongming laid out the Longzhong plan: secure Jing first, take Yi next, ally with Sun to resist Chao, form a 3-way balance, then move on the central plain. He resolved Liu Bei's long-term strategy and, moved by Liu Bei's tears for the common people, agreed to come forth. This set the grand direction for the rise of Shu Han. Second is the situation in Jiangdong. Internally, Sun Quan gathered talent and made Zhou Yu Grand Commander. Externally, he resisted Cao Cao's demand for a hostage to preserve autonomy. Militarily, he welcomed Gong Ning, and in the river battle at Jiangxia combined cutting the chains, boarding actions, and fire attacks to smash Huang Zu's vanguard, capture Su Fei, and drive on Xiaoko. The episode of Lady Su avenging Sun Yi shows a heroine's wit and courage in Eastern Wu. The chapter thus pairs: Shu gains a strategist with Wu gains a commander. Shu clarifies its road through counsel, Wu revitalizes its arms through valor. The later arcs, breaking Huang Zu and the fate of Jing province, are foreshadowed here.
Knowledge points.
1. Historical basis and literary embellishment. Zhuge Liang's own first memorial before the northern expedition says, "You visited me 3 times in the thatched cottage," confirming that Liu Bei humbled himself to seek talent. But the novel dramatizes the details: Kongming not stirring from his pillow, Liu Bei standing a full hour at the steps, and the initial audience unveiling a complete, polished blueprint for dividing the realm into 3. Most scholars regard the exact wording and completeness of the Longzhong plan as a later reconstruction, literary in form and informed by outcomes that became clear only afterward. 2. Kongming's age at the time. A verse within the chapter says, "The master was 39 then," but Zhuge Liang was born in 181 CE, and his meeting with Liu Bei is generally dated to around Jianan 12, c. 207 to 208. That would make him about 26 or 27, not 39.